Question 8. We've got a bar chart showing the average weekly wage of top football players in 5 countries. So, find the average weekly wage of top footballers in England. So we look for the bar that is England, we see how high that bar goes, and we see, based on our scale here, what number we're going to get, which is going to be halfway between 40,000 and 50,000. Halfway between those two numbers is 45,000. So that's our answer for the first part. For the next part, in which of these countries is the average weekly wage of top football players 19,000? So we're looking for the bar that closely resembles 19,000. Well, we have 10,000 here, we have 20,000 there, halfway in between is 15,000, and so we're looking for a bar that's somewhere in between here, closer to 20 than 15, and if we look along, this bar here fits the mold, so France is that country. The average weekly wage of top football players in Germany is £28,000. Show this information on the bar chart. So you've got a little bit of wiggle room in terms of where your numbers need to be here. We have 30,000 and 20,000, and halfway between them will be 25,000, and 28,000 by my estimate here would be somewhere roughly like where I've marked the line there. So as far as our Germany bar is concerned, we would make sure we use a ruler and draw a bar like so. Nope, what am I talking about? The bar would only go up to there. And so it would be something along the lines of that. To be honest, as long as it's somewhere between halfway between these lines and maybe a little bit more closer to this line here, you'll be okay. So if I'd actually drawn this bar, this height, I'd probably still get the marks. If I'd drawn this height, I would have still got the marks. So there'd kind of be this area. As long as your bar was somewhere in the height of that yellow zone, you're going to get the marks for that. Next part. Table shows the average income per year for top football clubs in each of the 6 countries. Find the range of this data. So the range is the largest, it is the maximum. Take away the smallest, the minimum value. Looking at all our values here, we have 36 is our minimum, and we have 155 is our maximum. So we're going to have 155, take away 36, which is going to give us 190, no, I almost made a mistake there. Our minimum is not 36, our minimum is 26. So it's 155, take away 26, which will give us 129 million pounds. Next part. Table below shows information about the number of goals scored by a football club in each of its last 45 games. Find the median number of goals. So we have 45 games in total. That's the number of games. Call that N. If we want to find the location of the median, what we do is we take that N, that number of games, 45, we add 1 to it, and then we half it in order to get our position of the mean, which will give us 23. So the 23rd value is going to equal where the median is. So when we look at this table, we're looking for the 23rd value. The column here, the number of games, is the frequency. So in how many games were there 0 goals, and how many games were there 1 goal, so on and so forth. And these numbers here will, if we count them up, eventually take us to the 23rd value, given the fact that these values here are all in order. So what we can technically refer to this as is the cumulative frequency. So the first 7, the 1st to the 7th, technically for 7, is the 1st to the 7th games had 0 goals. After that, if we add 14, that 7 turns into 21. So I should really put this in brackets. These values here, the actual cumulative frequencies, this is the articulation of what it represents. The 8th up to the 21st games had 1 goal in it. And then after that, if we add 8, that will take us up to 29. That is the 22nd up to the 29th games all have 2 goals in it. And as we were looking for the 23rd value, or we were looking for the 23rd game, that means our median is going to be in there, in that group 2, which means the median itself is 2. Done.